It's almost!
He's done it again! Unbelievable!
Oh, straight into the roof of the net. Nice one. Straight down the middle. So a good...
Hi, you're watching Firstpost. I'm Rupha Ramani. Let's get started. Right on the show today, we have to begin with cricket. The young Indian side were re-energized. They were all fire, heat, and there was battlefield at Lord's when India and England clashed over the weekend. This is going to be the turning point for the series and what to expect. Also on the show, Donald Trump made an appearance at the Club World Cup final, but he came to a lot of boos. Not just that, there were blooper moments for him, a lot of embarrassment, including the FIFA coming out of it rather exposed. We also have Wimbledon update. It wasn't just about the winners and who took home the silverware. The biggest winners of this entire Grand Slam has been the Indian celebrities. It's been India. Why have they been flocking to this Grand Slam? Has it transformed over the years to now being a red carpet gala show? What do they get? And is the new target for Wimbledon the Indian audience? But there's also more. We also bring you all the reactions from Italy making it to the World Cup, the 2026 World Cup that's supposed to be held in India, but it erupted into a meme fest with a lot of interesting memes and reactions coming in thick and fast. All of that heading your way, but first a look at the headlines on Sports 360. We're starting with cricket. Indian pacer Mohammad Siraj has been fined 15% of his match fee and handed a demerit point for an incident versus England in Lord's. Siraj gave an aggressive send-off to Ben Duckett during the fourth day of the third test against England. The ICC said it was in violation of their code of conduct. The Australia versus West Indies final test is up for a thriller. After restricting Australia to 225, West Indies were bowled out for 143. Trailing in the match, Shamar Joseph picked up 2 and Alzari Joseph took 3 as the Aussies were brought down to 99 for 6 at stumps on day 2. 15 wickets fell on the day in Kingston. Windies have already lost the series 2-0. In women's cricket, India lost the final T20 match versus England by 5 wickets. Shefali Verma's 71 powered them to 167. A strong opening stand between Sophia Dunkley and Danny Wyatt-Hodge helped England chase the target on the very last delivery. India won the series though 3-2. The ODI series begins on the 16th of this month. And summing it up with news from football, Brazil launched their Women's Copa America title defense with a 2-0 win over Venezuela. Amanda Gutierrez scored the opener. Duda Sampaio sealed the match minutes before the final whistle blew. Brazil is eyeing their 9th Copa America title. Now, a test match at Lord's means something. Like the name suggests, it's where you attain pinnacle. It's where champions are decided, the holy grail of cricket. It's where the gentleman's game took shape over the decades. But that's where the irony starts. This Lord's test between India and England rewrote all of that. The fire, the feisty cricket, the jibes and taunts stoked a rivalry that is now unparalleled, brought a series alive. Sure, there was a lot of excitement and entertainment across the first 2 tests of this tour, but this third test has become the turning point of the whole series. This will determine the momentum and the route the remainder of the series will take. Now, sure, Sourav Ganguly, the former India captain's famous move of twirling his jersey semi-naked on the Lord's balcony will be unforgettable. A seminal chapter in Indian cricket and, of course, the Lords. But that was still limited overs cricket. This is Test cricket, and animosity reached peak levels between these two sides over the weekend across day 3 and day 4. Indian captain Shubman Gill was at the heart of it all. After scores were level with both teams getting to 387, India came out towards the end of day 3 with an intense approach to get those last 2 overs in before play would be called off. That of Bumrah and Siraj. Rattle the top order of England and get some much needed momentum heading into day 4. That was their logic, that was their aim. Zach Crawley, much like his name suggests, decided to crawl at a glacial pace, slowly taking guard, even moving away while Jasprit Bumrah was steaming into bowl to indicate something distracted him on the side screen. There was nothing back there. Calling for a medical timeout when the ball brushed his glove. The Indian players crowded around him, Bumrah clapping sarcastically, applauding England's lame delaying tactics. Captain Gill then made the move, yelling at Crawley to man up, and soon it was everyone coming in, daggers in their eyes and words being exchanged. Now, everyone noticed this. The experts lapped it all up. It was one of the most fiercely fought days of Test cricket at Lord's. The air was heavy, tense and electrifying, with both sides going at each other. No inches given and none taken. This was war.
It's a bit of theatrics at the end. 2 overs is a no-brainer that any team will bowl. We were all pumped up either way because we know how difficult it is for a batter to come into bat for 2 overs. Wicket at the end of the day's play would have been perfect for us.
A lot of that renewed vigour and heat continued on to day 4 as well as day 5. India, of course, came out breathing fire on Sunday. The bowlers were on the mark. They were accurate, disciplined and ready to bulldoze this English batting side. A team that for once relinquished the services of Bazball. Siraj was clinical and spot on with the DRS referrals. He also ended up giving Ben Duckett a bit of a send-off. This was more than a game here. But it was Washington Sundar's cameo to pluck out 3 key batters, Joe Root, Ben Stokes and Jamie Smith, that really did them in. The young all-rounder was all revved up, counter-attacking the bullish England side and the very loud, jeering fans who had transformed Lord's into a bit of a cauldron.
Definitely one of the best days with the ball for me outside India. I had solid plans and wanted to contribute in different passages, and it worked. Definitely India winning.
So what has been so special about this rivalry? A series of exchanges that has clearly ignited this tour. Alistair Cook, former England skipper, has a theory.
Because of the franchise cricket, players know each other so much better. International cricket has gotten more friendly. The rivalry isn't quite the same. I really enjoyed it last night. It showed both sides weren't prepared to take a backward step.
Well, it makes sense, and if you take this further, not many English players cross over for the IPL, the Indian Premier League. So it's basically a fresh side with players across both these countries, India and England, not quite playing with each other, alongside each other enough. They don't know each other all that well. And that's what cricket started off being. Sure, it was always a contest between bat and ball. That drives the intensity in any bilateral. But it is about the unfamiliarity that really ups the stakes. The constant chatter, the chirpy sledging. In fact, we even saw a lot of that over the course of the day today. It's all there, and India is feeling the heat. And the thing is, they want to give it back too. A side that clearly seems to have imbibed the Virat Kohli way. Almost felt like he has not left that dressing room. A situation that's clearly tailor-made for him. And he seems to have passed this down to the next lot. This young Indian side is not letting the pressure get to them. And we could see that over the course of these days, over these 4 or 5 days. Now, sure, it is important to walk the walk, because the test is pivotal in where and how this series could pan out from this point on. But indulging in a little bit of the talk is to fire up the soul. And this Indian side is sure fired up. The expanded FIFA Club World Cup wrapped up with Chelsea lifting the trophy. They demolished European champions PSG 3-0 in the final, but what should have been a night of footballing glory quickly turned into a political circus. Post-match scenes got ugly, a scuffle broke out, and then US President Donald Trump was booed during the game. Chelsea's celebration was overshadowed by Trump himself, and FIFA, being FIFA, tried sweeping all of that under the rug, yet again proving how chaotic and tone-deaf this entire event has been, from day one to the final whistle. Right from kickoff, this American edition of the Club World Cup has been under fire. FIFA managed to frustrate players, fans, managers, and even the media. From poor scheduling to obvious bias towards European clubs, from awkward match timings to completely ignoring the rising temperatures, the heat levels across all the venues in US. FIFA got everything wrong, and then of course came Gianni Infantino's final Hail Mary, Donald Trump as chief guest for the finale. Now yes, the move generated a lot of buzz, but only for the wrong reasons. Trump entered the stadium with First Lady Melania to a mixed reception. Cheers, yes, but the boos, they echoed louder. What set the fans off was this. Trump delivered a military salute once again during the US national anthem, a trademark move of his by now, but football fans weren't having any of it. This is a global tournament, not a personal rally. The organizers tried their best to neutralize all of this, turning the cameras away and pumping up the music so the boos could be drowned out, but it only got worse. Trump not only presented the trophy to Chelsea, he joined in the celebrations. Now, here's the issue. It's not the president's moment. He's had his. It's the winning football team's moment to celebrate. Players, coaches, and support staff who worked for it. They own the spotlight. Tradition dictates, hand over the trophy and step aside. Even ICC chief Jay Shah did that when India won the Champions Trophy earlier this year. But Trump, well, he stayed on, soaked it all in like it was his very own. And what made it worse? Before the final, Trump reportedly mistook Chelsea's Cole Palmer for Lionel Messi. Yes, that happened. He leaned over to Infantino and asked if the Chelsea star was indeed Messi. Infantino had to politely correct him there, another reason why neither Palmer nor the fans liked Trump being part of the trophy celebrations.
I knew he was going to be there, but I didn't know he was going to be on the stand where we lifted the trophy.
But instead of acknowledging the disaster, Trump, of course, gave it his own spin.
Well, it's a big thing, and, Gianni's a friend of mine. He's done such a great job with the FIFA Club World Cup. We flew over the stadium. It was packed, and that's the 4 matches I know for this group that came in for this, and I think that's fantastic. It was very impressive.
And of course, his dear friend Infantino wasn't too far behind with his own PR defense mechanism kicking in.
We can definitely say that this FIFA Club World Cup has been a huge, huge, huge success. Of course, there are a lot of positives, some negatives. We respect everyone's opinion. It has been successful.
Huge success, really. Yes, crowd numbers definitely picked up later on in the tournament towards the last leg, but let's not forget the fact that FIFA ignored the signs all through the tournament, starting with the heat, the messed up scheduling, and catered to big money clubs while leaving fans and players with smaller sides in the lurch. Infantino even promised cooling roofs for the Men's World Cup next year. Well, if that was an option, why wasn't it tested during this event? The harsh truth, this isn't just football in America. This is starting to look like football for Trump. Was this a celebration of the sport or just another political power play disguised as passion for football? Now, what played out in the final wasn't just poor planning or a PR blunder. It was a loud statement on where football is heading. A global sport hijacked for political gains. A tournament repackaged for the optics, and a celebration gone horribly wrong. When the beautiful game becomes a backdrop for posturing, it stops being about the sport anymore and starts being a spectacle instead. And if this is FIFA's vision for football's future, then we're not just losing games, we're losing the soul of the sport. Two of Europe's rising stars stole the show at Wimbledon 2025. First, it was Poland's Iga Świątek completing her career Grand Slam. She celebrated just like her idol, Rafael Nadal, the iconic collapse on centre court. Then, of course, came a true redemption arc. Italy's Yannick Sinner defeated Carlos Alcaraz in the men's final, his first slam since returning after the doping ban, silencing critics and making history as the first Italian man to win Wimbledon in 148 years. But while Europe took home the silverware, it was India that took the spotlight. From Bollywood to cricket to Instagram influencers, Indian celebrities were swarming the All England club, maybe making up for numbers more than the players who were there at Wimbledon. So why the sudden beeline to the strawberries and cream tradition? Well, it wasn't just love for tennis. This was about visibility, money and influence, because Wimbledon today is much more than just a tennis tournament. Among all 4 Grand Slams, Wimbledon has managed to evolve into a red carpet global business event. Yes, tradition still exists, the all whites, hats under the sun, the royal box and pims on the hill. But behind the scenes, it's cash o'clock for celebrities. And this year, India's presence made that even more obvious than before. From Sachin Tendulkar to Virat Kohli, from Priyanka Chopra to Janhvi Kapoor, Wimbledon transformed into a full-blown gala event. But the bigger question is, why is everybody heading there? Wimbledon offers something no film premiere or award show can: access to the elite. It's the place where top global brands, Rolex, Ralph Lauren, Range Rover, all are watching, judging and scouting. And every selfie, every outfit, every story is part of a conscious move for more visibility and top brand deals. The non-sports stars, of course, don't just show up randomly. It's strategic. Their appearances are carefully curated, from what they wear to where they sit. Everything is tailored to attract luxury endorsements. Debenture tickets, the golden pass to centre court or court 1, cost up to $275,000. But what's at stake? Brand deals worth anywhere between $350,000 to over $1 million. It's high risk, high rewards. And the gains aren't one-sided. Wimbledon gets what every modern sports league is chasing: reach beyond the sport. Influencers help Wimbledon tap into audiences that they haven't gotten so far. And India, with its massive digital footprint, becomes the golden goose. So it's a win-win. Take their social media strategy. It's quite clearly India first, from references in reels to culturally relevant memes. Everything is structured for the Indian fan. Just after Sinner's win, Wimbledon's official handle dropped a poster in Jananayagan style, a direct nod to Tamil, South India's superstar Thalapathy Vijay's upcoming film. It was clever, it was purposeful, and it worked. Wimbledon only has taken a page out of cricket's playbook. Football clubs like Manchester United and Real Madrid already base campaigns around India. Formula One has joined the party too. And now tennis has found its launch pad in our country, because in 2025, the true winners at Wimbledon weren't just Świątek and Sinner, and of course the others. The real winners were those who knew how to turn centre court into a centre stage for global attention, luxury deals and massive reach. Wimbledon is now where sport meets status, and India is at the heart of that power shift. The 2026 World Cup will see a brand new entrant, one we wouldn't have imagined a while ago. Italy have qualified for the event that is set to take place in India. The massive win against Scotland ensured they were able to seal a spot despite the loss to Netherlands in their last game. It's a huge achievement for a nation that is still trying to find its feet in cricket, because just a year ago, a town in the country even banned the sport, saying it contributed nothing to their community. And while the performance of the cricket team on the pitch was historic, the social media storm that followed is battling hard for top honours. Italy in a Cricket World Cup in India has generated a full-blown manic meme fest, taking a dig at India's very warm political relations with Italy, to even sending a warning out to Pakistan. The memes had it all. Take a look. Time for last serve. Tributes continue to pour in for Liverpool's Diogo Jota. He passed away in a tragic car crash last week. The support staff, players and fans all got emotional before their side's friendly against Preston. Liverpool even retired jersey number 20. Take a look. That wraps it up here on First Sports. I'll of course see you again tomorrow. Till then, do take care. Bye-bye.